Hi, boys and girls. How are you? Happy Monday. I hope you all had a very nice weekend and got to celebrate with your mothers, maybe even grandmothers and aunts, and as a family. I know it was a little chilly this weekend, but it was still beautiful and sunny out. So I'm going to review the lesson for today, 8.5, and it was a little tricky. I understand because of the way the questions are worded, and also because there are fractions involved. So let's start with question number one. What is the largest envelope height sold? So if I scroll back up and I look at my line plot, these numbers are the heights. So 3 is the smallest height on the number line. And then this is 3 and 1/8, 3 and 2/8, 3 and 3/8, 3 and 4/8, 3 and 5/8, right? Now this X indicates there's an envelope that was sold, and this is the first envelope that was sold. Well, like the smallest size envelope as far as the height goes. So the answer for number one, oh, I'm sorry, the largest. The largest would be 6. So there were two envelopes that sold at 6 inches in height. So I'm sorry, the answer for number one is 6. For number two, what is the smallest envelope height? Okay, so the smallest is the 3.5 or 3 and 4/8. I just thought it might be easier if you change the halves to 4/8, so that way you can see from 3 to 4 are 8/8. Okay, so number three, which envelope height is stocked the most? So which fraction has the most X's above it? Right here, right? This one has 3 X's, 3 envelopes. So what is this tally right here? Okay, well, if this is 3 and 4/8 or 3.5, 3 and 4/8, this would be 3 and 5/8. Or if you just count the tallies, this is 3, right? So this would be 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. So 3 and 5/8. Number four. Okay, what is the difference between the largest and the smallest heights? So what you have to do for that, this one is tricky. You have to subtract 6 minus 3.5. I have the answer key over here, boys and girls. I'm going to see if I could set this up to write on here on the PDF. And I'm going to post this answer key to you guys after I'm done with the video. Just give it a second. It's loading a pen so that I could write on this page. So in order to subtract 6 minus 3.5 or minus 3 and 4/8, you actually have to borrow from the 6 from the whole number. Okay, good. I'm going to use this size right here. Okay, so if I take the 6 and I subtract, I'm going to use 3 and 4/8, boys and girls, just because it makes it easier for the... Sorry, it keeps... Okay, so what I have to do is I have to borrow from that 6. And if I take 1 away from the 6, I'm left with 5. And the 1 that I took away is going to become a fraction. It's going to become 8/8. 8/8 minus 3 and 4/8. And now if you subtract, geez, sorry. Okay, so if you subtract these two fractions, you're going to get 2, right? Because 5 minus 3 is 2, and 4/8. 4. Sorry, guys. Okay, 2 and 4/8. And if you scroll down here, oh, I'm sorry, it used a half. Okay, so 2.5 or 2 and 4/8 are equivalent fractions. Okay, so that's how you get that answer. That was number 4. Okay, so number 5 is asking, it says that the most popular envelope sold in the United States is 4 1/8 by 9 1/2. It's called the standard 10 envelope. So it's just asking how many envelopes have a height that is larger than 4 1/8. This was actually a very simple question. If you go back up, here is my 4 and here is 4 1/8. So basically it's asking you how many envelopes are bigger, like on this side. So you just count the X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 envelopes are bigger than 4 1/8. So that's my answer. And then number 6, how many envelopes are smaller than 4 1/8? So I go back up and I'm going to count. Here's 4 1/8, right? So I don't count that one, but I have to count all these other X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 envelopes are less than 4 1/8. Okay. How much larger is the height of the envelope than the smallest one that was sold? So remember, the smallest one that was sold was 3.5 or 3 4/8. And the height of the envelope that is most sold is 4 1/8. So the same thing, you'd have to subtract 4 1/8 minus minus 3. I'm not going to use 1/2. I'm going to use 4/8 because I want the denominators to be the same. Okay. And sorry, it's not easy to write with this pen. So you would subtract it. Again, you would have to borrow from the 4, and then this fraction, the new fraction, would become 3, and you're going to add 8/8 to this fraction, right? So that becomes 3 and 9/8. Okay, minus 3 and 4/8. Okay, and then you subtract, and your answer is going to be 5/8. Okay, 5/8. Whoops. Okay, and then how much smaller is the height of the envelope than the largest one sold? So you would subtract 6. Yeah, 6 minus 3. Oh, what was that? 6 minus 4 1/8, because that's the height of the number 10 envelope. Okay, so 6 minus 4 1/8. And I'm just going to show you the answer because I don't have a lot of space here to write. Or I could write it over here. So if you do 6 minus 4 1/8, right? Same thing. You're going to borrow from that 6, so that becomes 5 and 8/8 minus 4 and 1/8. Okay, and then your answer is going to be 1 and 7/8. Okay, so that's how you get the 1 and 7/8. All right, boys and girls. I will see you guys again tomorrow. All right, have a good night.